Kerrion Franklin, shocking allegations. Not too sure whether or not he's making these allegations against his mother, his father, just allegations. Let's talk about Kerrion Franklin's shocking words posted to social media. And let's talk about church and mental illness. You do not want to miss this video. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Mad Church Disease channel. In this particular video today, guys, I want to talk about Kerrion Franklin's shocking allegations that he made on a post that was posted to social media. When I saw this particular post, my initial reaction, my heart sort of went out to Kerrion because I've reported on Kerrion Franklin, you know, when Kirk Franklin, when they exposed the video or audio of Kirk Franklin cursing him out at one particular point. And, you know, I have seen the sort of the dynamic of their relationship, you know, through social media, just like some of you and you all have. And it's been quite troublesome. But I wanted today to talk about, you know, these allegations, but I also wanted to talk a little bit about mental illness. Now, I'm going to bring up on the screen for you the post that was made, and I want to talk to you about mental illness and the institutional church and the stigma that a lot of people end up feeling because of their church experience. Well, this is the post that he made. It said, "These scars all over my back are not sex stories. Breaks my heart all over again when people ask, because I wish that was the case. Pain is the only feeling that is familiar to me, but whatevs. And for the record, these scars are symbols. They really signs of my secrets that I keep bottled up since I was a baby, being beat black and blue since the first grade. I walk with war and betrayal in my posture, so F around and find out who's with the shites forever. Hashtag fake friends flirting for fame. Forever, F around and find out online. I'll enjoy being a PE teacher. Parentals enjoyed expressing rotten rage in many ways as punishment or consequence. Not that anyone cares about compassion, consideration. These scars are the only memories I have of my childhood." And that was posted on social media, or was said to have been posted on social media. Of course, you know, we try to verify all of these sources. And at this particular point, all of this would be alleged, but this is just to give us a larger conversation and allow us to have a larger conversation. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, I think all of us from our childhood, or most of us that were raised by black parents, can point to a scar somewhere on us that was a result of a reminder that we were the child and that our parents were the parent. I think, you know, on some level, some of us had greater experiences of that, and some of us did not. But for the larger question and the larger issue here, I want to talk about what happens when you see people who are suffering from a mental illness, or in my opinion, estimation, it looks to feel, and it just feels eerily similar to a mental illness. When you see the kind of acting out and activities that Kerrion seems to do every now and then. Like every now and then he's coming out here and he's saying something, and on some level it's almost as if he's trying to expose his parents or parent in some kind of way. Now that may not be the case, but that's the way it's coming across. But let me just give you guys some statistics here. And let's get into the broader discussion, and we could talk about it in the comments section. It says here, about 7 million American Christians experience major depression, according to the psychiatric resource. There seemingly seems to be a stigma within religious communities that make it harder to seek help, which I think is very true, because, you know, a lot of times in the institutional church, especially in the Pentecostal circles, if you tell people that you're suffering with any type of mental illness or some type of mental situation, they're typically going to tell you that you're demon possessed or you got a devil. And so there's always a stigma there that doesn't necessarily, is not very helpful or conducive to people really seeking the type of mental help and stuff that they should be getting. Now, according to the Baylor University study, they found that 30% of individuals with mental health issues felt dismissed or blamed by their church. So a lot of Christian people are feeling blamed when they do suffer from some type of mental issue. Additionally, about 23% of pastors have reported personally struggling with mental illness. So there's definitely a need for us to have some type of discussion as it relates to mental illness. Now, I am one of these Christians who believes that if you are suffering from depression or you're suffering from some sort of mental breakdown, I definitely think you should seek professional help. And that doesn't necessarily mean that it should come from your pastor, because a lot of times your pastors are not trained in the mental health field and in order to help you as it relates to mental health issues. Now, when it comes to Kerrion Franklin, I mean, we've seen him on all of these TV shows, and some of these TV shows, these people are fighting, which is not very helpful to mental health. Plus, he is also a fully grown man. So when you come back as a fully grown man, and you start making sort of allegations toward your parents, a lot of times in society, people don't have sympathy or empathy for you because they just feel like you're becoming more problematic than you are. And I often tell people a lot of times in my own personal life that sometimes we can be married to our stories. And because we're married to our stories, it puts us in a prison, and it doesn't allow us to get out of the prison of our own minds and our own situations. And when it comes to Kerrion Franklin, at this particular point, my heart sort of goes out to him. I really believe that he needs to seek some type of professional counseling. I think I saw a video some time ago where Kirk Franklin or his mother had said that at one particular point that they did have him in some type of therapy situation. And I really believe that that's a situation that Kerrion should really be in. I'm here to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that when it comes to mental illness and the stigma of mental illness in the institutional church, it's one of these things that we just don't like to talk about. And I think that we do need to broaden our perspective and broaden our ability to be able to speak about those things and to give context to them, okay? And because I just think that's really important. You need to seek professional counseling, and they're making counseling much more available to you digitally and in all sorts of ways. So I just thought I just wanted to come on here and speak to you about this claim that Kerrion Franklin and this post that Kerrion Franklin made. Tell me what you think in the comments section, and let me know. Do you think it's a cry for help? Do you think it's something that, he's just wrestling with, and this is a way for him to just, get it out? Because I feel like sometimes too, people use social media to get out their feelings and to get out their thoughts. So just let me know. Make sure you like the video and let me know your thoughts down below.